Hello, welcome to our Monday live stream. This is our third live stream. Oh, I just forgot to do something. Give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Some tech things that I forgot to do real quick. I was trying to get some music together for us and I couldn't pull it together in time. So, welcome to our third live stream. I'm going to be painting our fourth little darling today. And if you are new to this, what in the world am I doing? So, for Christmas, I am painting these teeny tiny little paintings, and they're going into these little cute frames, and they will be ready to go on December 2nd. I'm going to open up the shop and you can go in and get your little paintings and I will ship them to you and they will be super cute and ready for gifting and hanging on the wall. So if you want to get in a day early, I am gifting my email list early access. So if you want to get in the day before, you can sign up for my email list and there's a link in the description and you can go check it out. So I want to show you two things before we get started. Let me just show you real quick. There we are. So these are the little paintings that I've done already, and I'm doing my favorite things. So this is going to be, I'm going to float around to things that I love to paint and some things that you don't know are my favorites. So this here is a scene that I drive by every week as I leave a class that I teach in Elmira. And there's a little stream that runs there. And we are in a beautiful area with hills. And so there's all hills around us everywhere we go. And it's just a really beautiful area. Well, I love this spot so much, but I can only look at it real quick because I'm driving. But it always makes me very happy, especially when it's sunny out and we've got beautiful clouds. So that is this beautiful view, and it started to turn fall. As you can see, the trees don't have leaves. Some of them don't. Our second one is a overcast cloudscape. That is something that I took a picture of last week. It was very overcast. It was raining, looking like it was getting ready to rain or raining in the distance. You can see that down here. And then in the middle of all this gray and gloom, you could see the sky beyond the clouds. And in person, it's really cool because, you can tell that there's depth. So I was peeking through these gloomy clouds and I could see the just bright blue sky beyond. And it was just a cool reminder. The sun is always shining. The sky is always blue, no matter what we're seeing. And I painted these last night. So I have grown to enjoy the artwork of Vincent van Gogh. And he has a painting called Roses, and it's the same coloring. Roses are kind of like creamy white, and he's got a maybe not so teal vase, but I had a teal vase last night. And I wanted to kind of pretend like Vincent and I were painting the same still life in a room together. And he had his interpretation, and I have mine. So I was kind of enjoying this very much. So that is the third one. So today I'm going to paint a nest for you, and she's going to go into this frame, which is a really nice little brown frame. Here, let's do this. So, she's going to go right in here. So I felt like that was really perfect. Does this work? No. All right. So one other thing I also wanted to show you, and I'm going to do it right here in the document camera. As I was getting ready for these paintings and cleaning the room out, I came across some paintings that I have from my grandmother, and I'm just going to show them to you. So these are oil paintings. This is my grandmother on my mom's side, and we called her Mama. So these are her oil paintings. And this one actually has my great grandfather's name on it. So he must have had them and then she got them and painted them. So this is her painting. She signed it. And just look at the back at these. Since 1868, I don't know when this was made, but like, look how much they've changed. So this is one of hers in oil. And this is another one of hers. She did lighthouses. This was the year before year after I was born. Don't you dare do math. And here's another one. She actually gave this to my mom. You can see that's my mom. So I have been gifted it. I also found some other paintings that I had painted. Now, this one here, I don't know if this was me or my mama. Let me adjust the brightness here. Give me a second. There we go. There, that's better. So I'm not sure if this is hers or mine. There's no sign. Oh, wait, is there? No, it's just grass. Couldn't tell, and there's nothing on the back. Does anyone remember Warden's? Yeah, this is old. 49 cents. So, but I did find a couple that I painted. So here we go. This is vintage Rebecca Finch, and I was signing my name back. Yeah, I was trying out a few things. So I would spend a lot of time happily by myself, filling out pretend orders and making things out of clay and soldering things together. And I also tried some oil painting. So one of my very first, I was 14 at the time. And then I got into the lighthouses. And you know how when you're a kid, you find the thing that you can do really well, or you think it's really well, and you do it over and over and over. So that's what I did. I was forever doing these lighthouses, and I have two of them. Here's another one. This is updated. Can you tell the difference? So I thought I would just share those with you. Let's see. There we go. Here I am. It takes a lot of brain power to do all these little things. So I'm also excited to share with you, I have a bit of an upgrade. I now have a camera on my palette. So you're going to be able to see me, whether you want to or not. You will see my painting really up close, and then you're going to see my palette. Also, the camera for the palette is very special because it's always also a Zoe cam. You can see my dog. And she's sleeping. Let's see. She's sleeping in the bed behind my easel right here. Sometimes she'll stick her head right out here if she moves. So you'll be able to see her. And so what more could you want, right? You have a dog. You have a dog. I always do this. There we go. That's better. You have a dog. You have the painting, and you have my palette. Tomorrow, if I can get everything working right, I almost had it, and then I couldn't export it just as an audio file. So we're really, really close. Tomorrow, I might have music for you, and I'm so excited because it's hard for me to paint in silence, especially when I don't have any. I'm really concentrating, and I'm not talking much. So I'm used to painting with a lot of music on, but I can't do that unless it's copyright free. So I have to find that, and then to have it play for a long time. It takes some doing. So tomorrow we will upgrade even more. I'm very hopeful, and I think we'll figure it out. If I can't do it the way I'm thinking, there'll be a workaround. All of this is a workaround. All the things that it takes for me to do these cameras and to not have feedback and all of that. It's a lot. So now I'm going to concentrate on painting. If you have any questions, feel free to type them into the chat. Even if you are, even if you're just watching the replay, if you type it in chat, I'll answer you there, and I'll probably also talk about it in the next video. So we're going to start painting our little darling number 4. I gotta get my gloves on. So just give me a minute. I'm gonna get all settled and everything. Put my mad scientist gloves on. I'm either a mad scientist or I'm a thief with the black gloves. I know how to do the combinations. Okay. I haven't painted a nest in a while, but I've been envisioning it. Whenever I got that frame, I'm like, I've got to put a nest in that frame. Something earthy and brown. And I've never painted a nest this small. Never painted any of these things as small as I'm painting them. It's been fun. It's been a bit of a challenge, but it's been a lot of fun. I think the dog is maybe going to start dreaming soon. We'll see. She is definitely sawing logs. If I can get the cap on. There we go. If you are a collector, I'm sending you an email about an hour after every live stream. You will want to check your email. A little perk for you. If you're a collector and you haven't been receiving emails, let me know. You might not be on my list. Okay. Yay, you can see what I'm doing over here. I mentioned it yesterday, and then I remembered I used to have a camera on my palette, and I just used my phone for it. So I tried it out last night, and it was working with this camera as well. So you are having the most updated version of tech that I've ever been able to put together. I hope it goes well. I start with a thin wash to kill the white and also just give me something on the panel. So I'm not adding paint on just dryness. There's something already there. And I like to do like a neutral gray. Okay. So I'm just thinking about where I want the nest to be. I've got to take into account the frame coming in over maybe not a quarter of an inch, less than a quarter of an inch onto the panel. So I don't want anything, if I want it to be cut off, that's fine, but I don't want to have anything too close to the edge. So sometimes I have to draw it a few times. I like that, I think. And then I have a shadow here. Just decided that's how I want it to be filled out. Oh, it's awfully small. I'm just going to try it again. Like, I don't want it to fill too much of the space, and it looks crammed. But that's tiny. I'm still not used to these little things. And then maybe like that. Okay, and I've got a shadow down here. It's going to take up some space. And then I got some little twigs I can put in. I think I like that. Make sure I drew it right. It's on a table. I'm not sure how much of the table I really want to show. I have like a soft blue fabric. All right, I'm going to get the background in first. Oh, that's way too dark. Probably. I've got like a mid-tone frame and I want there to be contrast between the background and the frame. So I got to think about that. But also, I want contrast between the background and the light area on the nest. So I think as I go down, I'll have to darken it to make both of those things happen. Let's see how I like that. A little more warm. Oh, it's so nice to already have the frame so I can really make sure that it looks good in the frame. Yep. That works for that. So I'm going to make it darker as it comes down to the nest so that the highlight on the nest will show up. Now you can see Zoe. She was flailing. That's just going to start barking in her sleep. She still might. There's a chance. So I'm not avoiding the nest. It's just as good. I like to do the background and the foreground because the nest is on top of both. So I'm not going back and forth painting. So I can also just make sure I got the setting right and everything and how I want it to look. So I'm not procrastinating. So let's see. Oh yeah, that's going to be nice. Yep. So I'm kind of, as I come close to the nest, I kind of let the brush go into where I've drawn the nest because there's all these little twigs around the outside that you can see the background through them. So there's a bit of a mix between background and foreground in the nest. So um, I like to bring some of that in so that they can mix so I don't have to recreate that later. Just seeing a little bit of more intense color here and there. So I'm going to pop that in. Just spending some time on the fabric here. Soften some of these. Especially the shadow. All right. Okay, now the nest. So with the nests, there's a ton going on, but you really just have to start out with the big shapes, and then I will add all the other variations that are happening. But there's no way you can, put it in right away. And to keep it from looking stiff and too tight and overdone, I block it in like this. And then I, got so many twigs, and there's a lot of soft transitions because there's so much going on. So I just kind of, sometimes I drag my brush around the edges to kind of allow for there to be like twigs and things like that around. The inside is dark as well, but it's really intense in color. It's got more yellow, orange, yellow, brown in there. So I'm gonna make sure I get that in there. kind of had to refine my drawing a little bit and my values. A lot darker than I had. It finally started to take shape. Did not look unrecognizable. I need the background to be darker behind the nest so that the highlights show up a little better. I love random hairs. Between me, Zoe, and the brushes, it's usually some foreign object in the paint. You can see Zoe. She is asleep. She's very sleeping. I keep these really old, messy brushes to add some texture. This is a lot of space up here for nothing going on. So I need to create some things going. Oh, that's going to be sweet. Tighten up those details. I might even show the board on the outside edges. I like doing that. Okay, somehow I got pure blue. That's fun. I don't want that. All right, so I'm gonna add some interest back there, some texture and streaks, and that'll work. Okay, that helps a little bit, I think. Just checking the time. Been streaming almost an hour. I talked for a while, and then I went completely silent for a long time because I was really hoping to concentrate. So definitely need to add some more darks, and detail is coming. Refine the shadows, add some twigs. I want to add twigs out here, so it's not just like a little thing right in the center. So my brushes are going to get progressively smaller as I go. I think I need to step away for a few minutes so I can see this, pull back a little bit, look at something else for a few minutes. So I'm going to put some music on. I can do this one. There's just like one song, and you'll go mad if I keep it on there the whole time. I need a little breaky break. Alrighty. So enjoy. Let's see. What can I do? Put Zoe there. You can enjoy Zoe for a little bit. Enjoy the Zoe cam. There we go. All right. I'm sorry. I see you just came on. I need a little bit of a break. Sorry. I need a little bit of a break. I'm going to step away for a few minutes so that I'm not looking at this for a while. And then I can come back. Let's see. That's not what I want. No. You get to see all my configurations. Well, we'll just do that. How's that? Okay, bye. See you in a few minutes. Did you enjoy your nap, Zoe? And getting your beauty sleep? Okay, I'm coming back. I haven't looked at it for a few minutes. I've got some issues I've got to work out, and I wasn't ready to tackle them just yet. One issue being, it's so tiny. Alright, I'm gonna stop the music because it's incredibly repetitive. It's one song. It's the only song I have. So, I'm hoping tomorrow I'm gonna have a nice long play of copyright-free music that I can stream, and it'll be really, really nice. I found some soft classical and then just soft, really pretty music. So I'm hopeful. It came down to the minutes and it wasn't downloading the way I needed it to in the right file format. And I didn't even have those options, but I've done it before. So I'll tackle that this afternoon. Okay, I'm going to switch. There we go. All right, you can still see Zoe there. You can have your Zoe cam, palette cam, me if you want, and then the painting. Okay, I've got to deepen some of these darks. I think I might have keep thinking I have a drawing issue. Okay, yeah. Okay, I saw it. I see it now. This oval it's too tall. So I've got to come up and cut that away. And then I will start looking for my darker darks in here. I've got some almost black in here. And then I'm going to start coming in with these little twigs. And they're going to come out here a little bit and out here and just provide a nice little bit of texture so that it's not just this little thing right dead center in the middle. So we need it to connect a little bit and come out. Okay, I'm going to fix that shape first. And come up a little bit. Yeah. I have to be willing to make the changes for the correctness. Otherwise, it looks wonky, it's distracting, ineffective, and it will bother me a lot. I need a little more paint here. I might have gone too far. So I'm going to back off just a little bit. It doesn't take much to do it wrong when it's little like this, so you just have to back off. But it definitely was needed. A lot of, there's like glowing in here, even though it's so dark. It's like the light's hitting the side, like the inside of this, and bouncing back to the back. So I'm just seeing this glow, but at the same time, it's still dark. It's like maybe it's just a temperature change. So I'm seeing way more than I can paint. So I've got to edit what I'm seeing. I only put in the important things. Okay, that didn't change. It's very dark back there. So I want to expand the value range. That'll help a lot. There we go. So I'm kind of done blocking in, and now it's slow down time. Got a lot of darks in here, twigs on top of it, but I've got to lay the darks in first. Hello. I just have these random thoughts. Gotta make sure I wasn't on Wi-Fi, but that I was wired in, and I was. I'm gonna make the inside dark enough here so that, because there's some light hitting the edge here. I need that to stand out. Darken that a little bit. I find I don't breathe when I'm painting. I'm in a constant state of holding my breath. All right, time to get a little smaller and look for some of those details, twigs. Go on top. This is kind of the fun part. You put in all the work in drawing, getting the main values right, and now you just get to kind of pick out some little areas that you want to be seen. You have to be real careful and study, but it's a lot more fun than working out all the problems. But now that I've done all that work, I get to add some of the fun things. Just kind of going all around to see some little things that I need to add. Starting to take shape. I was a little nervous for a bit. There's always an ugly stage. And sometimes I can't see past it to the end while I'm painting. It gets a little scary, but I think we're past it. Now on the shadow side, they're still there, but they're not nearly as light. So I'm going to pick out some of the main ones. Can you see Zoe twitching? She's sleeping and snoring. Maybe she'll start barking in her sleep. That's always the cutest. She's like full on running right now. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little work with the shadows. I feel like the nest is just kind of hovering over the fabric, so I've got to kind of mesh the two. I think my shadow isn't dark enough, so I'm going to try to darken it without messing up what I've already done with the twigs. I have to do that one again. Yeah, that's better. And correct the shape of my shadow. It wasn't quite right. All right, that's better. Okay, now put in some of those twigs back that I painted over. Then I might be kind of done. Might be nearing the end here. Might need to do a little bit in there. There's a lot of going on, but it's really subtle. I don't even really see it when I squint. This is too harsh of a line. So to bring that up a little bit. Okay, really close. Make sure. Okay, I think I'm done. What do you think? That's hard to tell because you got the big shadow on there. I think that'll be really, really cute. Wait a little bit. Now it's blurry. Wow. There we go. Oh, well, it keeps focusing on the frame. Yeah, I can't get any further out. Well, I think it's time to sign. I'm pretty pleased with it. It has the feel that I was looking for. Kind of rustic. Some more little streaks and things going on in the background. Okay, so sign. I'm going to go down here and take the slightly darker color out of the shadow of the fabric. I use my smallest brush. And get my nice pointy tip. Actually, I'm not crazy about this. There we go. Needed this to be softened a little bit. Okay, so the frame's going to come in about here. So I need to sign up here. Oh, it's still blurry for you. There we go. Well, I think that'll be it for today. If you are a collector, check your email in about an hour or so. I have something special for you. And I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to shoot for 1 o'clock again. So I think now we're going to be 1 o'clock every day until the 29th, which is, I think it's Saturday. And all of these will become available on December 2nd, unless you're on my email list, in which case, if you're on my email list, you get in a day earlier. And if you want to have that little perk, you can join. There's a link in the description of this video. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye and have a wonderful rest of your Monday. I hope it's very productive and fun and a wonderful start to your week. And I will see you later. Bye.